Next up, we have Amit Rana coming in to us live from the Down Under, and he will be interviewed by Sarah Chosky, HITLAB's own Director of Research, and we will be talking about digital health leadership from the experiential side. And Sarah, good to see you again. And hopefully you've recovered from the on-site day yesterday, a long day indeed. And I will hand the virtual podium over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, it was a fantastic day. I had a great time and am still on a high from having the opportunity to meet so many people in person, including Rana. Great to see you, Rana. Thanks for a fantastic presentation. So onward, I am here to interview Dr. Amit Rana, who's here today to talk to us about leadership and what does leadership look like and need to look like in digital health today. So hi, Amit, how are you?
Yeah, hi, Sarah. I'm good. It's an honor to meet you again on this platform.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, doing well. Great to see you. It's been a while, but hope things are going well, and can't thank you enough for joining us here today. Could you just start us off by, telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a student of leadership and driven by innovation, and experienced on both sides of healthcare, and that too in global health systems, North America, Europe, Australia, and India. And so started as a provider, as a trauma surgeon with fellowships in neurotrauma and vascular surgery in Toronto and a few other parts of the world. Operator, set up and managed trauma centers, level 1 trauma centers, serial entrepreneur in digital health, especially like direct-to-consumer platforms. And essentially, I enjoy solving problems and working with people. So that's where I am at the moment.
Super, thanks for that. Sorry. So let me just kick it off by asking you, my first question, which is, can you describe kind of the larger environment as well as the more micro level ecosystem that digital health leaders are operating in? What are the unique characteristics and challenges, to be aware of?
Absolutely. So a little bit of background, as we know, post-pandemic, both digital and healthcare have come to forefront, and we are getting a lot of attention from world leaders and VCs and entrepreneurs, and which is a good thing. And we also understand that the purpose of both sides of healthcare is pretty much same. But at the same time, we believe that digital health perhaps has the upper hand to solve the last mile side of problems, whether we are looking at pre-hospital care side of things or post-hospital care. So with that background, let's put yourself in the shoes of a digital health leader today, and then understand what's the promise and what's the opportunity and risk of being a digital health leader, especially looking at the macro ecosystem in which she operates. As we have entered into an era of neurocurrency, the cycle of innovation has shortened. For example, in 70s and 80s, it took us about 10 years to create a vaccine, and today it took 9 months to 12 months. Also, with internet penetration, we have unprecedented scalability opportunity to us. So now, during this pandemic, also again, we realized that digital health, like any other technology, is a cutting-edge tool, and it has dissected and laid open a lot of disparities and inequalities and biases which were prevalent in our healthcare delivery system. So with that background, a digital health leader today is empowered with the speed and power of intelligent innovation to heal the world at a great pace and scale. At the same time, she has responsibility to protect the consumers, especially You are also bound by a medical oath of do no harm, their privacy and security. As we speak today, one of the largest hospital system in India is compromised with cybersecurity, and they are the one who handle about 4 million outpatient clinic in a year. So you can understand the whole impact of cybersecurity on large health systems. And also the responsibility lies with the digital health leader to bridge the gap between this polarized world, at least design such kind of offerings that or services which don't broaden this polarized gap that we have, unfortunately, at the moment. So with that, we can jump into the micro ecosystem of a digital health leader. Again, if we look at the value chain of digital health, it's very complex, whether it's consumers or competition or data and innovation. And apart from complexity, there is a lot of interplay between the actors, and it's very evolving and dynamic, and not necessarily in one direction. So it's very, very random, and it's unpredictable. So on one side, digital health leader has to scale up in terms of population health and healthcare at home. And on the other side, you have to unscale with precision medicine and personalized medicine. So it's a very challenging task. Even if we pick up one segment like consumer as a part of value chain, we understand their expectation, behavior, paying capacity, everything is changing with time. And competition has become so asymmetrical that you have big techs now entering into care delivery segment. So essentially, it has become more like an arena for everyone to play. So digital health leader today has a responsibility to move the needle forward with high service ability, but at the same time with impeccable ethics, because digital is a cutting edge tool, and it has a double-edged kind of sword, especially with the technologies like artificial intelligence, which can do a bit of cutting on both sides, especially for future generations. So these would be the key reason why we are talking more about leadership in digital health, for ethics, for greater purpose, and for future of healthcare.
Yeah, great. Thanks. I like the way you use the term responsibility. There's sort of a lot of complexity. There's a lot of opportunity. We talk a lot about challenges, but as a leader, there's that responsibility, for these very important challenges that, as you say, sort of extend from, the oath to do no harm, which really, I think, I was talking with someone about this yesterday, how do you sort of push the needle forward and try out new stuff and develop new technologies, not knowing if or how it might exacerbate existing disparities, or, as we've seen with some AI and machine learning, create new ones. So, it's a task. So just building on that, can you talk a little bit about, given these challenges, how do leaders thrive? What kind of skills do they need? What kind of environment should they be looking for? Any tips along those lines?
No, absolutely. So I can share some of the experiential learning, and lot has come from my own mistakes, and also some recent learning at Columbia Business School and Harvard Kennedy School. So essentially, we have entered into a era of stormy, stagflation, but then there are other storms which are also brewing up, such as we are not in a very happy geopolitical space at the moment. There is war going on, energy crisis, climate change. So a lot of these factors, they also impact your overall well-being and your thinking as a leader, and also impact your decision making. So essentially, it's a critical phase for any digital health leader. And in this kind of phase, you have to think like a startup entrepreneur, whether you are working in a large corporations or health system, or you have your own startup. So essentially, you're looking at agile and adaptive mindset, and also courage. Courage to take up these challenges as a soil for creativity and innovation, and also understand that these challenges would also expose your weaknesses so that you can work on them. As long as you have processes to capture the value at every step, I think you can move forward and grow from there. Let's explore some of the key areas, where one can draw some experiential learning. First and foremost is consumer empathy. So, take your consumer empathy out of the board as well. So I've seen many companies, sometimes we keep it confined to the board meetings and at a very higher level, but fail to apply it on the ground. So take it to the ground, and also understand that that patient has become consumer, and also from patient centricity, we have moved to patient inclusion. So they want to be included in your design, in your offering, in your services. They want to partner with you. And also they are demanding more treatment options. They are demanding more choices to make. So try to have a wider scope of offering and services, especially when you're competing in current economic downturn kind of era. Apart from that, we can pick up another sector or segment, which is there's a wisdom in engaging with multiple stakeholders early on in your journey, and understand that you can create multiple business models with each of these stakeholders. These models could be very customized. For example, with providers, you can create a hybrid care model. With payers, you can have different kind of business models and innovations. Third, I would like to highlight on operations. I think diffusion of innovation does happen, but it's actually the mundane, repeated tasks which can unlock the more value for you in your day-to-day. So bring in operational efficiency. Cash is king. So redeploy and reprioritize your cash where you want to invest. And in these times, at the same time, don't assume if you're growing like small incremental growth in your top line every month, don't assume that as a scalability. Look more on different kind of metrics such as loyalty, reselling, your churn rates. So you have to rejig your metrics. And again, essentially, it's more like a
Uh-oh, I hope that, I thought maybe it was me, but maybe we lost Dr. Rana there, just at the tail end exciting part. There he is. Very good.
No worries.
No, it was great. So, I heard from you
Just the last part is
collaboration.
about,
Yeah.
reflect on your personal leadership.
Uh-huh.
So have that self-compassion, keep a compass of authenticity and good ethics, and also a map of your value chains, and be a disciplined leader. You're doing good, and doing good is a good business.
Very
That's
good.
great.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Dr. Rana. I love that collaboration and authenticity. Great. I think great tools for anyone looking to enter into leadership. So thank you so much. I think we're at the end of our time, but really appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you so much, and it's an honor. It was a privilege to see you both on this platform.
Same here.
Thank you very much, Amit. And thank you, Sarah, for a great interview.